John is a successful fine arts painter in his late 60s, married with a grown son. He's an esophageal cancer survivor and has had training in hypnosis a few years ago. In the first minute, in order to deepen rapport, a yes set is established by asking the client questions which the hypnotist knows he will have to answer yes to. Also, an embedded suggestion is given that we can easily go into trance together. This is followed by elicitation of outcome and clarification while pacing, mirroring of hands, and repetition back of client's words and phrases. There is an exploration of how the present situation came about and possible resistance to change. The two basic questions that I ask every client sooner or later in one form or another are posed. What do you want, and what are your resources for achieving that? Yeah. So here we are, and you and I have done hypnotic work together before, and you've found it to be a good, viable medium, a good approach for make change. Yes? And so that I have a sense, I mean, we can easily go into trance together, and you know that I use the model of co-trance. So we've done that before. We can easily do that again, and it's always good to have some outcome in mind, some objective. So what is it that you would like to leave here today with either more or less of?
I tend to graze all day and all evening.
Aha.
The result is I'm putting on weight. I had to graze for about 2 years just to stay alive. And now I need to get back to just eating 2 or 3 meals a day.
Okay. So when was that period that was good for you to graze, in fact necessary? How long ago was that?
5 years, 5.5 years ago, starting.
And lasted for a couple of years, and it was something that you
yeah.
needed to do to ensure that your health...
Well, just to make sure I got enough food to not be losing weight all the time.
Right, because of surgical intervention that happened where you part of your digestive tract was removed.
Yes.
Correct? Yes, okay. Is it okay if we mention some of
Perfectly all right
your war
with me.
scars here?
Yeah.
Okay. John is you're a survivor of esophageal cancer.
Yes.
And has no esophagus, which is pretty amazing. So you now have gotten into a pattern of eating, like you said, grazing. And you'd like to shift back into eating what, 3 square? Is that
basically
2
three square and maybe a snack or 2 at most.
3 square, maybe a snack at most. Okay. And do you have any sense of what it is that's been preventing you from doing this?
Habit.
Habit. Okay.
Yeah, primarily.
So we have prior established habits, right, which are kind of bringing the river along the course of least resistance, right? The water will flow. The synaptic patterns that have been established will be the ones that we tend to go to more often. And then there's, on the other hand, will. At this point, a dichotomy, polarity, is deliberately emphasized between a stuck state and a resource state. The metaphor of water and the flow of current is introduced. Current is also a double meaning word.